Happy Easter, everyone! Good Friday was our solemn service, but Easter Sunday is where we get to celebrate Jesus Christ is risen again. He is no longer on the cross. Happy Easter! So, to celebrate our Happy Easter today, I have a quiz for you to do at home. There's some fun trivia questions as well as some questions where the answers you'll find in the Bible. See how you go. Here is the first question. Is Easter celebrated on the same date throughout the world? Yes or no? No, the Eastern Orthodox Church still use the Julian calendar while we use the Gregorian calendar. It means that we're often a week apart. Which Jewish festival did Jesus celebrate with his disciples the evening he was arrested? It was Passover, which commemorates when the Israelites escaped from Egypt, and you can read that in Exodus chapter 12. What did Jesus put on to wash the feet of his disciples? An apron or a towel, depending on how it's been translated into your Bible. And we can read that in John chapter 13, verse 4. What did Jesus eat at dinner that night? Was it A, beef, B, chicken, C, lamb, or D, fish? It was C, lamb. This is the traditional Passover food, and it reminds the Jews of their Exodus story. Once again, you can read that in Exodus chapter 12. Which disciple cut off the ear of someone that came to arrest Jesus? It was Simon Peter, and we read about that in John chapter 18, verse 10. Who took Jesus' body to the tomb? In John chapter 19, verses 38 to 39, we read that it was Nicodemus and Joseph of Arimathea. But in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, it just mentions Joseph of Arimathea. We have church on a Sunday because Jesus rose again on a Sunday. True or false? The answer is true. Originally, early Christians still celebrated the Sabbath on Saturday, as do Jews, but gradually they started to also celebrate Sunday because it was the day of the resurrection. Over time, they gradually dropped from 2 celebrations down to 1, and it remains Sunday. Who was the first to see Jesus resurrected? It was Mary Magdalene, and we can read that in John chapter 20, verses 14 to 15. In which year was it decided to celebrate Easter on the first Sunday after the first full moon of the spring equinox? Was it A in 325 AD, B in 79 AD, C 43 AD, D 1296 AD? It was A 325 AD at the First Council of Nicaea, which was also responsible for the Nicene Creed. Here's a fun one. McDonald's created the fillet-of-fish burger for people who wanted to eat only fish on Good Friday. True or false? The answer is actually true. They noticed they had such a dramatic drop in sales on Good Friday because people were still holding to the Roman Catholic tradition of giving up eating the meat of warm-blooded animals on Good Friday. So McDonald's created a fish burger. The reason that meat is given up on Good Friday is because it's a way of sacrificing a small thing to remember Christ's big sacrifice. The town of Oberammergau in Germany stages a famous Easter play every how many years? Is it A, 5 years, B, 2 years, C, 1 year, or D, 10 years? The answer is D, every 10 years, and it's a really big production where I believe most of the town participates. In Easter, eggs and bunnies represent A, spring, B, new life, C, happiness. B, new life. Although eggs, chickens, and bunnies were used by other religious groups in celebrations around this time, Christians see them as symbols of new life because Jesus was resurrected and promises us new life in him. Our final question, and it's another fun one. In 1290 AD, King Edward I of England gave 450 eggs to his household staff at Easter, and they were covered in A, gold, B, chocolate, C, leaves, D, cheese, E, chilies. The answer is A, gold. It would be many hundreds of years before England had chocolate to make chocolate eggs. What would you prefer, a gold egg or a chocolate egg? So, what did you score? If you want to, you can email me or call me. Let me know how you did with that quiz. But in the meantime, I hope that you have a really happy Easter with your families and still find some ways to celebrate that Jesus Christ is risen again. Happy Easter. Bye.